This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
You know, when people like reach out and ask for help and it's something as simple as, hey, shipping her a box of tampons.
The one thing about this girl is she's never asked me for anything. She may have hinted about tampons.
They do that, man. It's the 11th of February, 2021. My name is Corey Winfield, and this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. In the studio tonight, very special guest. I'd like to welcome to the studio good friend, Jae.
Hey.
Jae.
Where's the love for the maxi pads at? That's what I want to know.
I have to ask you a question. Have you ever shipped anybody a box of tampons?
No.
Okay.
No. Can't say that.
Okay, that's not that you wouldn't, because if people need help, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
No, I did send a unloaded debit card, prepaid net spend. I don't know why they couldn't go to the store and get their own. But it was fine. Maybe they thought I was gonna load it first. I was like, yeah, no, I can. These are very easy and accessible to get. It'll be there in 2 days, or you can get it in 10 minutes at your local 7-Eleven.
Because sometimes people will ask for weird things. Being in recovery, you know, we both are, and we'll get some of your story here in a minute. But people will reach out and they'll ask us for some stuff, and you know, I have 2 years sobriety. You have some sobriety as well. Like I said, we'll get into that in a minute. But you start to realize, like, wait a minute, I'm not gonna give that dude drug money. Like, does he think I'm silly? Oh, I need a pack of smokes, man. Send me $20. Like, first of all, if you weren't high right now, if you were just sober and you needed cigarettes, you know what you'd do? You'd wait, because you'd have too much pride. I'm not gonna hit up Corey, who I don't even talk to hardly, for $20 to get cigarettes. I'm gonna go without.
Right.
But when you're in that addiction and you think, oh, they're not going to know, and I'll just feed them some crap about this and that. And I'm like, well, bro, like 3 weeks ago, you were sending me pictures of all this money you had. I'm talking about you were living, and now it's, oh, my boss didn't pay me and I don't got no money. Can you send me $20 for some cigarettes?
Oh.
I just go, no. How much are they? $7.82? I'll send you $7.82. I'm not gonna see you. Like, no, man, it's not even like that. No, man, I promise I'm not getting high. Okay.
I'll send you a Walmart gift card.
Yeah.
Just pick it up in store. Yeah,
and then not even send it. Just be mean. I don't know why. Something must have happened, bro. My bad.
Nah. So literally today, my dad. I've been sending my dad money like religiously for the past month. On and off over the past 2 years, but today he said he was going to kill himself because he can't make it anymore.
Wow.
Unless I can shoot him some. He needed some help. He asked everybody, and I've left him on red. Probably the hardest shit I've done this month is kind of create that boundary with him, because he's hungry. He's been hungry. This motherfucker. I swear to God, I'm like, bro, they got soup kitchens, food stamps. Man, I used to walk in the stores and take when I'm that hungry. If the pizza boxes behind the dumpster, like, you make a way for yourself. Mm-hmm. He ain't really been on that tip. So I'm kind of like, what am I supposed to do for you? You my dad. You supposed to be taking care of me when I need shit.
Yeah. That's a tough one, though, Jay. Like, but to draw the line, because like, okay, I'm going to give him this money. It's not about ever seeing it again, but it's not going to pay his rent. It's not going to anything productive that's going to help him. And it probably gets to a point, I would assume, where you're just like, enough's enough, and you have to draw that line. I know you kind of talked to me about it a week or so ago. You're like, oh, dude, let me ask you something, and it's like, that's a tough one.
It was tough. It's become easier because I'm also a father, and I haven't been the best father in my kid's life due to my addiction, and trying to be one now. It's like, I can't take care of my father and my 2 children. So like, I can't do it. Like, my son deserves to go to Timberley and go tubing down the snow and having a good time. Like, somebody can get you. I can't do it anymore. So as of right now, it hurts, but fuck you, Dad. Is where I'm at with it.
Well, and he made those choices, and yeah, he's in an active addiction, I would assume, and it creates other people. It turns us into people that we're really not. But at the same time, you're your own person. You've made your mistakes. You're trying to live a good life now. You can't be codependent and like, well, I got to do this because it's going to make my dad happy. Or if I don't give it, it's going to make my dad mad. And then I don't want to make him mad, or I don't want to make him do. No. Burp. You got to stop that and be like, okay, what's Jae want to do?
Yeah.
What's good for Jae? What makes Jae happy is seeing his kids being able to go tubing.
Yeah.
Like that makes Jae happy, and that's what you can do and focus on. And at the end of the day, it does sometimes. You're an example of it. Work both ways. Like my mom, she would always kind of enable me, and she didn't mean to.
No.
But it'd be like, Mom, electric's cut off again. I could have paid $90 of it. The bill was $120. Instead, I went and bought liquor.
Yeah.
And now, Mom, I need the whole $120 because I don't have it. What'd you spend it on? Food? Like I don't know.
Spend it all on food.
Yeah, food and gas and you name it, I'd make it up.
Yeah.
And and she would bail me out. Now it didn't happen all the time, but it happened more than I would like to admit, probably.
Oh man.
But it got to a point, it's just like, no, I'm done.
We love to do that though. Like.
Yeah, and when someone's going to take care of, like, Mom, I'm going to be sitting here in the cold, I got no heat. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, like, because my mom did the same. Oh, man, Ma, this, that, the other. It's always something. And you can come up with a new one. Mm-hmm. I need a P.O. box because I can't get a mailbox at my new address. Always something. Really specific shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we get down to this and that broke, and I'll go break something just to say I broke something, just to be like, oh, look, see, I need the money. not even get it fixed. Well, I didn't have the part that day, so I went out and got drunk.
Go out and slash your own tires. I need new tires. Can't drive now.
Never went that far, but I mean, I don't know. I'm glad I got out before I had to get to that point. But so, Jae, man, how long you been sober?
18 months and a week. 18 months and a week.
Nice. So that 2 years coming up.
Yeah.
But you did it the fun way.
Ooh. Yeah. Got to go to jail. Wexford County's finest.
Man.
Yeah, they gave me the clank. I had to go in there and fight a couple people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Is it like the movies?
No. Normally in the movies, the people start swinging and stuff. It's funny because like up here, everybody talks how hard they are. But it's like always a lot of shoving. I normally when people shove me, I swing. So that's what I did, and his eye socket just started leaking like a but rotten tomato. It was just squirting everywhere, and
beautiful.
It was it was cool because like afterwards. Yeah, my hand was broken. It was
faces they're
hard.
Yeah.
I got out of there, went to the Koski Hall. Woo. I loved it until I didn't. Went to some sort of tea house, ATS. Did that. Lived off that free rent for about 2.5 months, and then moved into the place I'm at now and worked at drug havens like Taco Bell and Subways where they do nothing but smoke pot and rub it in your face that you can't do it.
Now, is that a stereotype, or are you just saying that's what happened every place that you worked at? That
well, until I got to where I'm at now, yeah, that's Taco Bell. Nah, man, Taco Bell. The manager literally he cut this one dude. Said you can leave. You can stay getting paid on the clock. Go get us some Coke.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, for real? Like, shit, if I knew, let me go get you the Coke. I won't do it. You can trust me with the money. Like,
oh, there's somebody who's listening right now. They're calling up their kid. Hey, who's your manager? Because he works at Taco Bell. Who's your manager? I want to talk to him real quick. Where's this at? And, of course, we're not going to name names and stuff like that. But, this is just real life stuff. And this is part of the reason why people are like, well, obviously, that we don't have sponsors for the podcast, because I want people to come in here and say what they want. And it's for me too. I want to open the mic and I want to say what I want. And that bothers some people, but whatever. That's
Oh,
an opportunity for them to deal with it.
You're not monetized? No sponsors?
No, I don't got time for that. Because
shit.
I know, like that's what we can say what we want, and I don't make up stories about people. I don't make up stories about treatment centers either. There's this one that was just like telling this guy who just got a job there or whatever that he couldn't be on the podcast because, well, they said I said bad stuff about him. First of all, I refuse to even say their name on this podcast. So I don't know if I call them a bad Chinese restaurant because that's what they remind me of. And so everything that I've said about this place is 100% true.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in everything that I've said. So, I mean, I have nothing to worry about. So if they're feeling some kind of way, they should probably go sit in one of their classes when they're teaching resentment, and they can maybe get some things out of it because that's all I got for them.
Oh, I love classes. The packets.
Yeah, they need a packet delivered right to that lady. Just to be like, here you go, old crotchety. It's her nickname. I know.
Why does that
It's
name sound familiar?
Probably because you heard me talking about it before.
No, somebody else said they had a teacher. They named her Old Crotchety.
Oh.
I'm like, why is that such a?
Well, I named her Ole. There's
Ole.
it's not. There's no D on it. It's just Ole.
Ole.
O-L-E.
Old
Crotchety. Old crotchety. Yeah.
Is that how you describe a flaky vagina? Just nice
Whoa.
and dry.
I don't know, man. I've never seen one of those, but that's
it's like
cool.
Afghanistan, bombed out and depleted. Just
Let's move on. Let's move on. I still want people to listen.
yes.
Not that I'm thinking about what you just said, but I'm just I'm trying to collect myself now.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. So you've been through some jobs that didn't have the best work atmosphere, but now you work actually at a treatment center.
I do work at a treatment center.
And for me, when I would work at a treatment center, it felt good to not be in that situation anymore. Where I'm seeing these guys come in and I'm just like, whew,
Yeah.
man, I'm so glad I'm out of this.
There's a lot of we keep what we have by giving it away. We need the newcomer. You hear a lot of that at meetings, and it's true because people will come in fresh out, like one pair of shoes. I got the pair of shoes that I came from, jail in the streets, and I still keep those. And I look at them today. I haven't worn them in over a year, and every time I see them, like, wow. I walked a lot of hard ass miles in that, and I see guys coming in with those same shoes, and it just makes me think to myself, like, I'm lucky. I'm lucky as shit they've gotten to where I'm at, and I feel bad for like where they're at, but they have an opportunity to do some of the same things that I had the opportunity to do. So, when I see, hear the excuses and stuff like that, I get it. We always understand, but like, you had a choice to make. Mm-hmm. You go left or you go right.
And when you see those people come in too, this is something that I noticed that as much as we want to give them all the advice in the world, we can't. We have our stories of our own, and they're all so similar in so many different ways that one way that we can help them is by saying, yeah, man, like this is kind of something that happened to me. If you want to listen for a minute, and they do usually, and you just go, so maybe, if you want to think about that or kind of think about it a different way, but you can only really give them so much, because they're trying to take it all in. They're just new, feeling sober, and sometimes they're overconfident, and it's just like, yo, be careful. And it's almost too much sometimes to put in, all of our experience that we had, all the bad times, all the misery, to the good times, and the hey man, this happened to me the other day, and this is how I would have handled it, but this is how I did it today. Those are the differences that's going to get you through and help you go to bed tonight sober.
It's so nice when you see one of these guys coming and because everybody's always growing and they're always changing. We never stay stagnant, but when they see the growth, and not like in a vain, egotistical way, but like once the first time they, the clear head, they go, oh shit, I would have slapped the shit out of him. And not like, oh, I was going to fuck him up, but like humbly, and they take it like, yo, I'm changing. I'm starting to get that. That's a good ass feeling. That shit right there hits me in the, what I'm saying, a tearjerker a little bit from time to time. Like, so.
You're real emotional, huh?
Yeah, she's saying, man, yeah, you can't help but do that there.
Nah, I know what you're saying though. And I was at AA meeting one time, and this guy got up and he was like, I'm tired of the people, patting themselves on the back for doing what they're supposed to be doing. And for a minute, I was like, yeah, he's right. He's probably right. And I was like, nah, F that. Because there was moments in my life where I saw it. And like the moment that you just described where you're like, wait, the old me would have, and then you realize, oh man, I'm changed. Like I'm growing. Yeah. I'm growing, F that dude. I'm patting myself on the back. Because I deserve it. And, I would go to a meeting and I would say, this is what happened to me today. And this is what I learned. And damn it, I am patting myself on the back because we need to. Yeah. We need to tell ourselves, hey, we're doing great. Look at us. We are growing. And sometimes you hit that wall and you feel like, man, nothing's changing. Everything's the same, blah, blah, blah. And you're going through that natural depression that you go through when your body stops using those drugs. Right. Alcohol is big time, depression, and you don't even realize it, and now you're depressed, and now you're doing something good. Now you're realizing, hey, this is paying off.
Well, how do you know good from bad if you can't identify the good from the bad? You have to be able to identify it. You have to be able to identify good from bad emotions. If you don't know what they are, how do you, oh, shit, that's good. That's bad. So my sponsor always gives me this shit like, hey, you always hear people talking about the pink cloud. They always say, don't ride the pink cloud too high. Man, ride that motherfucker into the sunset. Icarus style. Just go ahead and hit the sunlight. Because, it's always going to come back down. But you're never going to know how good it can really feel unless you try to go as high as you can. Because, who's to say that you can't just keep that shit going for months on end?
Right. I hit it and I never stopped this last time. But I did it right, though. Because I would get on Zoloft or other, other drugs, other mood altering. Well, they're not really mood altering, but they are. But it's an antidepressant. And I didn't realize it until, I don't know, I was probably 2 years into my battle that if you take it, it takes about a month to fully kick in. Yeah. But when you drink, it starts it right back in the beginning. So I was never even really taking it, because I would go like 2 months at a time, boom, have a relapse. So it would reset it. And I was thinking, oh yeah, well, this isn't helping, and no, it wasn't helping because it wasn't working. I didn't give it time to work. Yep. But this last time, I knew, and Zoloft is not a drug you have to be on forever either. Like, I think there was one they were trying to put me on. They're like, we gotta take this for life. And I'm like, let's not do that then. Ooh. I think it was Prozac. They're like, once you start it, you can't stop it. And I was like, how about we don't start it then? And just do the Zoloft again. Just a little dose. Just a little bitty dose. It was like 25 milligrams or something. It was a very small dose. But it was just enough to kind of get me over that kind of hump of that natural depression you go through when your brain's like coming off of alcohol. So it was good. So when I hit that pink cloud, it just never stopped because I didn't start drinking again. So the Zoloft actually had time to work. And then when I got to my year, I told my therapist, I was like, I'm going to get off the Zoloft. She's like, do you think that's wise? I said, yeah, that's my plan. It was in my plan. I wrote this down, this is on my plan. Like, I'm going to get off the Zoloft. She's like, yeah, but what if this? I'm like, well, what if what? I'm like, then I'll deal with it. If this happens, then I'm going to deal with it. Like, I'm not even on that much Zoloft anyway, I'm
going to put my big boy pants on.
Yeah, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to go in the bedroom and cry. I'm going to pet my kitty cat. My coping skills.
Sexual relationship.
Or maybe, I don't know, with that button. But yeah, but at least I talked to the doctor and, I talked to my therapist, talked to my doctor about it, and yeah, I did it the right way. Whereas before, nope, just done with it. Never mind, man.
My doctor sat up there and was like, hey, yeah, so we're going to put you on 100 milligrams of Zoloft. I was miserable. Like, this shit sucks. I can't. This shit terrible. Blah blah blah. And then
it's different for everybody though too.
But no, it was just too much.
Oh yeah,
it was way. I didn't fucking know any better. He's like, oh yeah, it's the maximum dose if you're feeling depressed. It's in the middle of COVID season. Everybody's depressed. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Man, it had me sitting up there looking out of windows and stuff. I looked like the guy in the commercials in the before part of the Zoloft commercial. Like, are you depressed? Do you feel lonely? Like, yes, I do. Should I take more Zoloft? Like, no.
Did you back it down then?
I did it myself. I didn't even ask for doctor's permission. I literally was like, yeah, I'm just gonna break these in half.
Okay.
Like a month later, they asked me if I was still taking the Zoloft. I was like, yeah, but I'm not taking 100 milligrams.
It made a difference then.
Night and day. Night and day. Because, there was all types of shit that I just wasn't able to do anymore. That kind of, no.
I know. I was on it. Yeah, I know. It's like you're at the party, but you're not there. You know, you are there.
Well, I'm like, what's gonna make me more depressed? Being depressed or being depressed? Like that shit just kind of hit me up for a whole nother top spin of just emotions.
Yeah, it makes the completion of
Sexual relationship
very difficult.
That's why it was easy for me to cut down.
Yes. And see, I was like, nope. I stopped immediately. And then I started having brain zaps.
Ooh.
And I was like, what in the hell? Like, I'd be driving, and one doctor described it as it was part of the brain that I hadn't been using. And, like, road rage was one of them. So I'd be driving, I'm like, that mother, and it was like, what the hell was that? You know? And, like, I was like, what was that? And so I started looking up, side effects of, zoloft and this and that, and people who stopped taking them, and they were like, brain zaps. And I was kind of scared because I went to 3 different doctors. Only one of them knew about it. And the other ones were like, don't know about that, man. And the other one knew. So I'm like, what? The other 2 doctors? Like, really? So I could have just went to the street guy and he probably could have told me, like, what the hell, man? Like, they're supposed to be doctors too. But yeah, so that was kind of weird and freaky. So if you're on Zoloft, don't just.
Isn't it weird that like regular like family practitioners can prescribe Zoloft, but it's like an antidepressant? You think it's like classified as a psych med, but they give it to like any doctor can pretty much hand it out. I went to the urgent care and the guy there prescribed me fucking Lexapro. I was like, shit. I guess it was an emergency. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, the meds, but just talk to your doctor. My advice as a professional radio broadcaster would be to talk to the doctor. If you're feeling like Jay was feeling on whatever medication you're on, talk to your doctor about it, and say, it's just too much, maybe cut it back. But, I know COVID is a little bit difficult sometimes. Sometimes you're just like, well, I'm not going to stop it. I'm just going to cut it back. And you can do that. Just make sure you let your doctor know. That's my opinion.
Definitely let the doctor know.
Because that way they stop prescribing you all that.
Yeah, it's not, and it's something that I think that, especially as I've come further and further from the last day that I use, it's something I need less and less of.
Yeah.
And because the highs aren't so terribly like crazy high, but like the lows aren't, dumpster juice.
Yeah.
So
it makes a difference, though. It did for me. And using it right, it really worked out well for me. And having that date, like I said, I put it down in my things to do in a year. I was like, get off Zoloft was one of them, and I did. So I was proud of myself, and it's like, yeah.
I need to get on that 2-year plan. Apparently, I'm a little over. But because what happened was when COVID hit, like they stopped filling my prescriptions. I stopped getting doctor's appointments, so I had to stop taking my Zoloft. Like I didn't know how to get it back. Couldn't get in contact with them. And sure as shit, like I'm just like, fuck, I hate life. Like, oh yeah, you probably shouldn't have stopped taking that. All right, put me back on it. Here's 100 milligrams a day.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best idea.
No.
So I thought since we were talking about meds, since that was like one of your favorite things to deal with.
Oh, when I worked at ATS? I didn't like that.
Wait, what? Huh?
I wasn't a big fan.
I wanted to make a joke about that earlier. I forgot though. What? No, and I mean like I don't. Yeah, no, fuck it. I don't like it either.
It's just, I don't know. I didn't mind working at ATS, so I liked it. I met some really cool people there, man. And it came time where it wasn't working with, the rides and everything that people needed. And it was good because I remember, I told the supervisor there, I was like, when I started, I'm like, we're going to, get our 501c3. I'm going to do this ride things. When the ride things, kick off, that's probably when I'll kind of bow out. But, like right now, I was like, I'll work Friday and Saturday for you, like Friday, Saturday night, I said. So I figured, who doesn't want somebody to work Friday and Saturday night? And it kept me close to recovery. Obviously doing a podcast 4 times a week about recovery keeps me pretty close. But, the people I've met along the way were just good people there at ATS for the most part. And it just got to a time. But I'm glad, though, because I told the supervisor that there's going to come a day where I'm going to be working and I'm going to get a call to go give somebody a ride, and I'm going to leave and go give somebody a ride.
Right.
And I really don't want that to happen. I really don't want that to happen. And so when at the end there, I was kind of like, okay, doing the day shift for a couple of days or something. But I had been gone, I think, a couple of weeks, and it was just kind of like, it can
time.
easily phase me out, and not be missed. And
it wasn't. And I mean, like, we missed you, obviously, but like, it wasn't like, it wasn't anything different.
Right. It wasn't like, oh, he went from working 40 hours a week to now we have a man down. It was just like, hey, that dude filled the weekend shift.
Right.
And that's kind of only the role I wanted there. I didn't want to work my way up the ladder. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about, hey, this is, not knocking anybody who does work there or anything like that. Not at all.
That's what you wanted. You went for what you wanted, and then once it didn't serve its purpose, you moved on with what you needed to do with your life.
Yeah. And I would just suggest everybody do that.
That's my next point. Like, I think that's what life is. You're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Take advantage of your opportunities, do what you set out to do, and then when you're done doing it, do something else.
Yeah, for sure. And those are just the simple things in life where you're taking care of yourself. And I've heard it so many times from people who hate their job.
Oh,
and they're like, I hate it. I'm like, it's just money, bro. And yeah, I get it. And I totally get it. It takes money to pay the bills and to take care of your kids. But what are you doing in the meantime to better that situation? If your job makes you that miserable in life,
make moves.
You got to, man. You only live in once. I mean, what are you going to go back to drinking?
Right.
Might as well. You're going to be just as miserable, like it'll lead back to it. You
can get addicted to the money too. Like, a lot of people, if I made more money, I'd be happy.
No, you won't.
Extra $2 an hour, I'd be happy.
No, you'd be surprised at how little you can have and be happy.
Working for a treatment facility at ATS, I encounter some shit. There's days when it's just like, what the fuck? There's more days like that than I care to admit right now. But I mean, the shit that I get back from it, man. I went past this one dude's the tea house or whatever, and cat had a van, and when he was at the facility, I had to go to the van to go look for a phone that was specifically might have been in there or something. Couldn't find the phone, but his whole life was in. There's bags of clothes everywhere. The center console was tore up and dumped upside down. There's sub wrappers and all types of just
roaches. Sorry,
maybe
not drugs, but I mean,
no, yeah, the
Taco Bell boxes.
Oh no, it wasn't that bad. But this cat was like super clean. I'm just like, how is this van like this? Skip maybe like 6 weeks later, I went past the tea house and went up to his van or whatever because he had just pulled up. Man, this thing was spotless. It's like he did a full detail to this thing. I thought I would have trashed it. I would have taken the van to the dump and just like, yo, let me just get a new one. I walk, whatever. Man, he done cleaned it out. Everything in its proper place. I'm like, it made my heart feel good because I saw where he came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something you don't get working everywhere. It's just something that you can hold on to, and you see these guys grow. But there's also that drawback too, because not everybody's as fortunate or lasts as long in that same type of mentality in this program. So I don't know. It's a love, hate, sadness, happiness type deal, back and forth, as above, so below type, business.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was getting at earlier too. When I mentioned like we can't give everybody everything all at once, we can't explain to them, hey, this is it, because maybe they just need this little piece this time.
Yeah.
And you look at it, and it's kind of sad because I don't want anybody to fail when they go to treatment, but there's people you can look at and go, wouldn't be surprised, if he came back in a month or two. And I don't mean that to sound rude, but I mean, there's facts.
That's the facts.
And there's facts. Yeah. And it doesn't happen every time, you know. But there are some people, it's just like, and I don't stop giving them anything because I think that, either. But it's just like some people are just like, okay, he's not ready. And sometimes they'll say stuff and I'll like, oh, he's at that stage. Cause I put it into terms of my life, like there was a stage where I just need a job. I just need to make some money. And once I get some money, I pay the rent. I'll be good. I just need a job. No, that's not what I needed. I didn't need a job because I had a job for 2 weeks, had some money, spent it on alcohol. Then I lost the job because I was drunk and forgot I even had to work. So no, that wasn't but I thought, oh man. So I see people go, oh, I just need a job. I'm like, all right, so you're at that stage, and then I see the people. Oh man, I think I'm bipolar because I wanted the doctors to tell me I was crazy because that not that bipolar people are crazy, but I'm just saying like something was wrong with me.
Something must be wrong with me
because it's not my fault. It's something else, and no, it is a disease. It's called addiction. Yeah. It wrecks your brain and it changes your brain. So yeah, it's a disease and. There was times, no, it's not a disease. I'm just a shitty person, and no, it's a disease.
Moral deficiency.
So it's like I've seen those people too, and then it's those other people like, okay, well, I've got this together. Now I'm gonna get out of here, and my girl's gonna pick me up. Oh, wait, hold on. I thought you didn't have a girlfriend. No, man. It's this girl that I've been kind of seeing, and okay, well, is she sober or clean? Well, I mean, she used to do heroin, but now she just smokes pot.
She just smokes. That's the one. Okay. She just smokes pot.
So what are you going to do when she starts drinking and smoking pot? Oh, I just won't do it. Okay.
I'll go for a walk.
Is she like super hot? You got a picture? Because, I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, I don't know. It's not worth it. I'm just
It's not worth it.
So the picture of Megan Fox. I'm like, well,
maybe.
Not worth it.
No.
She's going to be crazy.
Yes.
Halle Berry crazy.
Like, you're going to be missing the left testicle crazy.
Yeah. Like, wake up and like, what the hell just happened?
I mean,
She said we were going to get a hotel room. That should have been a red flag.
Yeah. Grand Traverse Motel.
Yeah. All right. I had a guy one time was like, oh, I want to have my drug dealer pick me up. I'm sorry. What did you just say? I brought him out in front of everybody, and I was like, okay, everybody listen up. I was like, bro here's got a great idea. He's got it under control. I was like, he doesn't need to stay the whole time. He's got it figured out. Why don't you tell him how you're leaving? It's like, well, I'm going to have so-and-so. I'm like, well, and who is he to you? Well, he was my drug dealer. And man, everybody started clowning on. And I just walked away. It was like taking a piece of chicken and just like throwing it out for the dogs to eat. And then just watching the dogs just rah, 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 rah. They were picking him apart. I didn't have to say nothing else. I just walked away. I was like, here you go. And he stayed.
He knew it. Listen,
he stayed.
Guys come up with all types of reasons to leave. Oh man, my cousin, his best friend just died, and I gotta, be there for my cousin.
My kid needs me.
Yeah, my kid needs me. Your kid might need you to stay in rehab and live.
Yeah, your kid needs you sober.
Right.
You don't understand.
Right. I need to move to Florida in order to stay clean.
Yeah. Which, hey, I get relocation. That actually did help me, moving from Southwest Michigan up to Traverse City.
But it can't be the only thing, though,
I was doing other things, but so I'm not, but it's the people that are like, I just need to go to Florida, man. Mm-hmm. I got some vacation houses down there that I could fix up because I know my cousin and my aunt, and they're down there and they do this and that and.
Sunlight. That's all I need. Some sunlight and some Mai Tai. I mean, some Capri Sun.
Yeah, I just need to get to a place where people don't know I'm an alcoholic, so they don't have to worry about who I drink around. But I used to think about that too, man. I'm like, man, when I get back in the radio, I'll take a job in California.
Okay.
And that way I can go out there and man, I can drink again because nobody's gonna know, and I won't be this. I'll just drink beer again. Ooh. I'll start off with that. Man, give me that Tyrone.
Man.
Yeah, and then but I had to get over that and go realize that no, I can never drink again, and I'm good with it, and I'm cool with it, 100%. But until you get to that point, you're gonna be making up those. Oh, just go to Florida. Oh, just go. Yeah, I can. And then nobody will know, and then nobody's gonna know I'm an alcoholic. Oh, they'll know. They'll know real quick.
Well, and the problem is that like. We are with us no matter where we go. Mm-hmm. And we are the problem. Not to say that we're a problem, but we know how to lie to ourselves, how to finagle family, how to swindle new people we just meet.
Oh, yeah.
It could be anybody, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already an enigma. I'm the black dude with a meth addiction.
You're black?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a meth addiction? Or you had a meth what?
Darkness, black magic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that if you come into, treatment, attack the program. Nowadays, you just got so many people looking to get their unemployment while they're in there. And, there's so many different distractions. You got to, because you said it best. When you get to a specific point in your life, you know what time it is. Like, I've only been through treatment one time, but I kind of did some tough shit to get there, about to lose my kids. They about to put me in prison.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. It was kind of time. 34 years old. I needed to grow up. So, it was easy for me to be like, all right, I get my fucking shit together. Some guys ain't at that point.
Mm-mm.
Some guys don't seem to, think that it's that serious.
Well, I'll just stop doing meth and I'll just smoke weed.
Oh yeah,
I'll do because it's legal now in Michigan, and I can do that, man. And I'm good with it.
No.
Yeah. No. More power to you, but if you really want to live a good life for real, sober, my opinion, is the only way to go.
I can't. I know for me personally, I can't do it. There's certain people that think that they can do it, and if they can, more power to them. It just makes it easier if I just know goes on across the board. Like, I got an addiction to Monster Energy beverages now, the import kind. I like the good shit. You know what I'm saying? I only drink the finest energy drinks.
Yeah, I did see those at the store.
They're delicious.
I'll have to get some. I feel like I bought you one before. I remember one time I bought.
Oh yeah, you did.
I don't know if it was an import one though.
No,
maybe it was.
It was the big green one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Twist top.
Yeah, just bottom shelf.
That's all right. That's all right. Like the top shelf energy drink.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Well, Jay, I'm glad that you stopped by. Of course, I had to make you buy shirts for you to come by to be on the podcast.
No, I had to look fresh. I had to look like Corey today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel better, I didn't make any money off of those.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
From the heart.
The shirt was like $23 plus shipping, tax, all that. Shipping was free with tax, and then the stuff. Actually, I put a lot of time in that. I pull out every little thing. I did that by hand, man. I mean, there's a lot of time and energy that goes into these shirts, man. And that's why people are like, give me a shirt. I'm like, no. Like, we're not trying to make money off selling them, but they look pretty fresh. They look tight, man. And that's a good one.
I mean, I have been asking for a couple of these for like,
wow.
6 months.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I really do appreciate it. This thing's fresh. And I got your face on my elbow. Look at that.
That's on your gun there, man. It's on your
bang bang
right bicep. And then you have the 217. It's got like the old school Atari kind of logo with the 217. Then he's got recovery. And then underneath it has the definition of recovery from the Webster's Dictionary. So it's pretty cool. A lot of people will ask you about it. And you'll be like, oh, yeah, it's my company.
The regaining of...
He's reading it upside down.
And
all he's got is the blue light on.
Okay, I'm gonna stop reading. I can't read.
Webster's Dictionary. You got Google. Check it out. But yeah, and if we're ever at events, and we will be one day when they start opening things back up, we'll bring some shirts and some hats and stuff that people can buy. But yeah, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that go into those, man. And it warms my heart that you would even want one. To support it around, that's cool,
Man, it warms my heart that you had me on your podcast, bruh. Like, I'm very, very happy to see what you're doing, man. You're doing a good thing for the community. You out here in the streets, you know what I'm saying? You out here doing your thing. I'm very proud of you. That's weird to say I'm proud of you. My son's all grown up.
Oh, Dad. No, and I'm glad you got to check out the studio, man. It's pretty fly.
Yeah.
I like it. When we first started, man, I remember I was in sober living at Nathan's house in Boyne City, and we're sitting on the couch, We had, I think, one microphone. When we first started out, we were passing it. There's 3 dudes passing it, back and forth. Let me ask it. And then I told him, I was like, man, I'm going to have a studio one day. And I was like, it's going to be dope. I'm going to have a nice studio. That's what I want. And they laughed at me.
I gotta do this because, in the words of the great prophet Drake, you started from the bottom. Now, yeah.
Oh, we started from the bottom. Now we here.
Hey,
yeah. No, but it just goes to show you, man. Have some dreams, have some hope, and when other people laugh at you, that's just because they can't see it. You know, that's some Steve Harvey stuff right there.
Yes, it is.
You know, they can't, their minds can't wrap around how big your dreams are. And that's okay. You know, let them laugh. And as you're going by them, you know, just be like, you know, you don't have to laugh at them.
Work, man.
Just give them that look like, yep, see you. Have fun down there, buddy.
Yeah.
Moving up here. Remember when you were laughing? All right, see ya. And now you're just hating, but that's fine.
Yeah.
You just got to have something to do.
Yes, they do.
Like old crotchety. Old crotchety.
Yeah, we're not going to stop with old crotchety.
No.
There's some resentments there, I think.
No, for her. I mean, I'm good with it. I just like name calling.
Yeah.
I'm trolling her.
Trolling. Okay. That's okay.
Yeah. We'll see.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. All right. Cool. All right, Jay. Appreciate you, man. We'll have you back on again, hopefully sooner rather than later.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe on National Cuss Word Day.
Oh.
National Swearing Day. We'll have you back on for another.
I'm about to say, you have to like bleep out a lot of this, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
No, we don't have to bleep on anything. It's just some people might go, oh my God, the kids are in the car.
Oh.
And other people might be like, hell yeah, man, more F-bombs. But it's like, I can't really tell you what to say or what to do because
I'm not going to listen.
No, it makes it real. One of the first people that was on, it was a guy that was in Sober Living. His name's Randall. And he was on the podcast. And you can go back to a year or two ago, almost 2 years ago now. But he was on and he's like, man, I'm not going to cuss or nothing. And man, he's on and he's just like, blam, 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 blam. They got done. And he's like, oh, I'm glad I didn't cuss. And we thought he was joking. We're like, bro, like every other word was like F this, F that. And he's like, really? Like, but he was so in the moment of telling the story, he doesn't even, you don't even realize it, you know?
Well, yeah. Censorship is probably the greatest form of
honesty.
No, not honesty. The greatest form of disrespect to people. Like, say what you mean and mean what you say. Let it come off the chest. I guess what I'm saying is like if you censor yourself,
yeah.
If you're taken away from what you're delivering.
Yeah, I thought you meant like swearing is honesty. Like
swearing is the yes.
And I didn't want to take that away from people, you know. And there's a little button I can click that says has explicit lyrics, and there we go.
That's it.
I'm good to go. You know, it's very simple.
Parental advisory.
Yeah, there you go.
May not be suitable for children under the age of fuck you.
Yeah, they're swearing in this one. We'll find out when that National Swearing Day is. I don't care when it is. We'll have you back on for that for sure. I mean, maybe before then. Who knows? But
all right.
But yeah, definitely need to make an appearance. We should I should get my friend Chris Goss. Just a bunch of MFers that'll tear it down. Have my mom on. Oh, she's gonna hate me for that one. I know, Mom. You don't swear.
Man, shit.
All right, Jay. Appreciate it, man. And thanks again for showing the love and the support. Rocking the 217 gear. Appreciate it.
Most definitely, man. Thank you for having me.
Until next time. Check out website 217recovery.com if you need resources, need info, need help. And, of course, you can go back and listen to all the podcasts on pretty much every platform. YouTube, iHeartRadio, Pandora, website. You can get the 217 Recovery app from the Google Store or the Apple Store. So there you go. No excuses. All right. Talk to you on Saturday.